Hello guys, this tutorial is about how we can import Bylancer project to Android Studio. So before we import it to Android Studio, we have to consider few things earlier. That is, we have to consider SDK because our Bylancer project supports Android 5.0 to current version. So it should be installed in our system. So once we open Android Studio, this window will pop up where we can click on configure, and in configure you can find a menu called option called SDK manager. You can go over there, you can see all the versions. So you have to check from 5.0, you have to check once, and the latest version whatever available in Android Studio, and you have to download it. Once you will click OK, it will start to download. Once you will click on once it will be downloaded, you have to uh, click on open an existing Android Studio project, and you have to choose location of your zip folder. You before that you have to unzip it, and then you have to go to that location. Suppose for an example, I'm going to consider one Android project. So here I do have multiple Android projects. So this is our Bylancer classified. You have to just click on the parent folder. You click on parent folder and click click on open. So once you will click on open, it will build the Gradle files automatically, and it will uh, appear like right now the project is getting loaded. I do have imported it earlier itself, so it will not build again for me, but for you it will build, and it will come like this. The structure will be like this: app, Gradle script. You can also configure Android here, right? If you'll click on this, okay. So right now the process is running. You can see over here the process is running. So once it will be indexed, we'll be able to open all these uh, in Explorer, and based on that we can do our configuration. So we have to wait until it completes its process. So let's wait till that point. Yeah, here you can see the project is getting indexed, and now it is indexed. So you can click on app, and you can see all the files related to your project mentioned over here. So here, just a moment. Yeah, so now if you'll see the manifest file, this is the base file where we have to configure about our package name. Please do not change this because it reflects in multiple services like maps, Facebook, push notifications. So do not change it. uh, I think hardly you have to change anything over here. It will be always same until and unless you are not going to change your uh, keys, which is if you want to create your separate keys like for map and for Facebook or Firebase or push notification, you don't have to change anything over here. It will be always like this. So these all are the file where you can find the first folder com.bylancer.classified.bylancer classified. If you'll explore that one, you can see all the all the folders related to your project over here. It is actually uh, the functionality file, and here you can see inside inside app itself we do have rest folder. That rest folder contains um, your resources like animation, color, drawable actually contain your images over here, and also some sort of XML file to create some shapes. And then font, this font actually reflect everywhere in our application. Right now we are supporting roboto. And then layout is actually your UI. So each file is associated with each functionality file is associated with your uh, UI file. And we do have menus. It's actually reflect the bottom menu, which we do have as a tab bar. Mipmap contains your icons, which you can see uh, whenever you will open your mobile and you have to open Bylancer. You can see an icon over there with the name Bylancer Classified. So these are the icons. If you change over here, it will reflect in your phone as well. So two types of icons required. One is simple square, and another is one the round one. The round one usually reflects in Android version 8.0. So apart from that, the values contains this folder. The navigation folder is a part of Android Studio. Right now we don't have to change anything. uh, we can ignore this folder for the time being. Once I'll be coming up with the newer version, maybe I will add some um, connection with the UI, so you can find it out over here. But right now it is not required, so you can ignore this navigation folder. This values folder contains all the string that is used in your project, like your app name, and these all are the text which is referenced in your application. So if you do have to change anything, like if you want to change login required, there's a text on login. Whenever you have not logged in and if you'll try to open some menu, it will show login required. So if you'll change anything over here, it is just an example, please consider this one as an example. If you'll change the text over here, it will also reflect over there. So the basic example I can give is about your application name. So if you do have to change your application name, you have to come to values, which is inside res folder. Res is inside your app folder. So in strings you can see app name. Just change the application name over here, it will reflect for your application. These all are contain your dimensions. uh, I don't think it is required to be changed because it is based on the UI currently we have, so we don't have to require to change. This also contains some style label that is also not required to be changed, and it is actually for one of our third party library. So we can ignore this folder as well. If you want to change the colors, you can find it out over here. You can match the color, and if you change the color code over here, it will also reflect everywhere. So the basic red color, this one sorry, did I trade one moment? Yeah, so this color we are using everywhere, CA009. So if you change, it will change for your whole theme. You don't have to go and change everywhere. Just come to your colors, that is inside values, and then it is inside res folder, and the res is inside app folder. So you have to change this value. You can compare with the color as well. So whatever color you see in your application, you can compare over there. Try to change that color, and it will start to reflect. Apart from that, there is an XML path. This is also you don't have to consider, because it's about the file provider, and this is used when we are uploading some photos. So this is nowhere related to uh, any changes for new application. You can say a new brand, it will be always similar. So this is about the first uh, tutorial, how we can import our project. In next tutorial I will explain about how we can change web services, path, and also in couple of further tutorials I'll tell you how. I'll specify exactly how we can change the theme color, how we can change the app name. So these all will be aligned very soon. Thank you.